Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Granite King channel. This is your match reaction for the Bayern Munich and Freiburg match on match day 11 in the Bundesliga because is the Bundesliga. Welcome to the channel, of course. Let's just get right into it. This game was very, very interesting. It finished Bayern 6, Freiburg 2, and you're probably thinking, oh, Bayern just dominated the whole time. Boring game. Not exactly how this one turned out. It was very, very risque in the beginning. And before the game started, and I'm wondering if someone in the comment section down below can give me more information about this. But when the game started, it was dead silent in the arena. I thought there was something wrong with like my TV or the speakers at the stadium. But on the broadcast, the announcer said there was a protest of some kind over allocation of tickets. That's kind of all I got from the broadcast. So if someone watching this knows exactly what that was all about, please let me know. The fans were silent up until the 12th minute. So I'm assuming it was a protest of some kind. Brought me back to 2020 when we played football in empty stadiums. Like, it was that silent that you could hear the players on the broadcast. You could hear them communicating with each other. Very eerie, and just it was so bizarre to watch a game like that again. I told myself when I watched this game, like, man, the Bayern fans are pretty quiet today. I don't know what's going on. But I guess there was a protest of allocation of tickets. But if someone can explain that to me more in the comments section down below, please do. Very, very interesting stuff. But as I mentioned, how we got to 6-2, as a Bayern fan, this game started out probably as bad as you could ever imagine being at home. And you wonder if, international break, was there a bit of a hangover? They also, in their last game, just before the international break started, they almost dropped points to Union Berlin on the road. It took stoppage time equalizer from Harry Kane to salvage the perfect season. So who knows if there was a hangover from international break or what, but they came out so slow. So slow. Freiburg, I'd say, dominated the first 20 minutes of this game. But they do get their goal in the 12th minute. Yuito Suzuki was off a corner kick. It says Ginter. I'm still learning names of Bundesliga, so you got to bear with me. Ginter flicked it to Suzuki and basically shot it bottom left corner past Manuel Neuer, and it was 1-0. Very surprising. And apparently Freiburg are a huge set piece team. They're the kings of set pieces in the Bundesliga. So no surprise they get a goal off a corner kick in the 12th minute. 5 minutes later, in the 17th minute, Freiburg score again. And again, it's off a set piece. It's a corner kick. Perfect corner, right to the back post. Johan Manzambi, I believe is how you say it, leapt like a salmon, headed it past Manuel Neuer. And I'm not a goalkeeping expert, but I think Manuel Neuer could have done better there. As Ale Moreno said on the ESPN broadcast, Manuel Neuer was reaching for butterflies. I have no idea what he was doing. But Johan Manzambi heads it past Neuer. And at this point, it's 2-0. And it was very fascinating. As soon as this goal goes in, the tide shifted. So Freiburg dominated. Bayern were just kind of there, right? They weren't really trying, it felt like. And then when this goal goes in, it flipped. It felt like Freiburg kind of took the foot off the gas. And then Bayern Munich were just going to, okay, let's just pepper these guys and try and get back into this game. And it didn't take long. In the 22nd minute, Lennart Karl, who has been an electric player for Bayern Munich, this kid has such a bright future. whether it's this league or the Premier League or whatever league he goes to when he gets older. But what an amazing goal. Elise made a great pass for Leonard Carl in the box. Great control with his left foot. Smashes it past the Freiburg keeper and makes it 2-1. And then this was in stoppage time of the first half. Bayern Munich just peppering Freiburg. They finally equalize. It's Michael Elise with the goal. Elise and Carl play one-touch football on the edge of the Freiburg 18-yard box. Carl plays a nice pass into Elise, shoots it bottom right corner of the net, 2-2. They almost did score in stoppage time again in the first half to make it 3-2, but the first half would end 2-2. And as a Bayern fan, disappointing effort to start, obviously, but you're proud that they came back and tied the game. From a Freiburg perspective, I gotta say, I'm disappointed in Freiburg. Like, they started that game as perfect as you could ever imagine, an away game at the Allianz Arena. Perfect starts. And what brought them success in this one? Making life difficult for them, being on the front foot, and pressing. That's what got them all the 2 goals, right? And they barely let Bayern have any of the ball either in that first 20 minutes. And then as soon as they got the second, it felt like they were just complacent with sitting back and letting Bayern have the ball and just kind of defending. And as we all know, that's a recipe for failure when you're playing against Bayern Munich. You don't want to sit back and defend. It's not a recipe for success because Bayern Munich will break you down. So yeah, I was disappointed. Second half will start, and it took 10 minutes before Bayern got the lead. It was Deo Upamecano. It was a corner kick, kind of similar to Freiburg's second goal that they scored. Elise corner, far post. Upamecano is there, heads it past the Freiburg keeper, 3-2. And then it just kind of got out of hand from here. Harry Kane would score in the 60th minute to make it 4-2. This was an interesting play. It kind of bounced around in the box a lot. I think it flicked off Pavlovic's foot, and it was just on a silver platter for Harry Kane to smash it bottom right corner, and he did. 4-2. It's going to get even worse for Freiburg. Nicholas Jackson, it makes it 5-2. Elise, once again, he was just had a fantastic game all over the pitch today. Beautiful drive into the box. He did like a little hop too, past a defender. It was amazing. Laid it off for Nicholas Jackson. He was a substitute in this game. 5-2. And then in the 84th minute, Michael Elise scores again, cuts to the middle, kind of near the edge of the box, and curls it perfectly past the keeper for Freiburg on the left side. Side netting, of course. Beautiful goal. This was in the 84th minute to make it 6-2. And they almost made it 7-2 later in the game. But that is how this game will end. Let's bring you the match stats here, if I can show you quick. Match stats for you. You can see in the momentum, Freiburg are white, Bayern are in red. It was a lot of Freiburg in that first 20 minutes there. Then all of a sudden, when they went down 2-0, Freiburg sat back. Bayern just started dominating, and they put up 6 in a row. Possession in this one, 72% to 28% for Bayern. XG, 3.03 to 0.57. Shots 22-8 to big chances 5-0. Here are the player ratings for both teams. We'll quickly go through this. For Freiburg, Atabulo, the keeper, it was the second goal that he gave up. The second goal that was scored by Elise in that first half that he definitely should have saved. He got there in time. It was the low hard shot to the left of Atsubolu, and he got his hand on it, but it just bounced in the net, and I definitely think he could have done better there. Besides that goal, I'm not blaming him for anything else, so 4.1, but he has had that one mistake in my opinion. Tro, 4.6. Ginter, 4.1. Rosenfelder, 5.3. Makengo, 4.4. Eggestein, 6.7. There you go for the kids at home. Manzambi with the goal, 7.2. Best, 7.7. Got an assist. Suzuki, I thought he had a good game. Suzuki, 7.3. Sheerhant, 6.1. And then Holler, 6.7. This is the bench for Freiburg, if you're curious. Then for Bayern, Manuel Neuer, 6.3. Like I said, Neuer should have done better on the second goal off that corner kick. Kind of was swatting at butterflies, to quote Alan Moreno. Other than that, he didn't have to do much today. Pretty solid performance. 6.3, I think, is fair. Backline, Bischoff, 7.5. Pretty good. Toss, 7.2 was solid. Upamecano had a great game. Got a goal, 8.0. Stanisic, 7.1. Leon Goretzka, 6.2. Pavlovic had a good game. Got an assist, 8.1. Luis Diaz, 6.8. Had a couple good looks on net, but just couldn't get anything to go. Kind of a quiet game for Luis Diaz. But, I mean, doesn't matter when you have freaking Michael Elise, 3 assists, 2 goals, 9.9 player rating. Unreal game by Elise. Carl, goal and assist for him. And then Harry Kane gets his usual goal, 8.2. The bench, Conrad Lima, 7.0. Nicholas Jackson, 7.4, got a goal. Kim Min Jae, 6.6 player rating. My man in the match, you can let me know who you think in the comment section down below. In my opinion, if you just go purely off stats, obviously it's Elise, but I'm not going to lie, Carl had a fantastic game. He was all over the pitch. Kind of, for me, he was kind of like the spark plug that got Bayern Munich back into this game. So I love Carl, but I think I'm going to go with Elise. I think his performance in the second half was elite. Had found Carl for the first goal, of course. But yeah, Carl's he's right there too. We'll give him the second star of the game. How about that? Give Carl the number 2 star. But Elise, I agree, is the first star of this game. Man in the match, 9.9 player rating. Absolutely unreal game for him. Gotta love it. It was fun to watch. Right, let's recap this. Well, this is a Saturday, right? This game's on a Saturday, so let's recap what happened elsewhere in the Bundesliga today. Should be able to pull this up. Yes, here we go. So yesterday was Friday. Mainz and Hoffenheim, they drew 1 apiece. There we go. We won't go through every game, but the Friday Night Bundesliga games are always pretty fun. But that game ends in a draw. Today, 6-2, of course. Bayern beating Freiburg. Wow, Dortmund and Stuttgart, 3-3 draw. It looked like Dortmund kind of had this one wrapped up. Emre Can got a PK in the 34th minute. Bayer, 41st minute goal. And then Undav got 2 to tie it up. Adiemi got 1 in the 89th. And the 91st minute, Undav with the hat trick to salvage a point for Stuttgart. What a game that is. Leverkusen 3-1 over Wolfsburg. Augsburg 1-0 over Hamburger. Gladbach 3-0 over Heidenheim. And then Eintracht Frankfurt get the big win over Köln 4-3. Then we got Werder Bremen, Leipzig, and Union Berlin and St. Pauli tomorrow. We can recap those games in another video if you want. Let's take a look at the standings quick. How things shake out after Saturday in match day 11. Bayern Munich, top of the table with 31 points. Bayer Leverkusen in second with 23 points. So they're 8 points back of Bayern for first. Borussia Dortmund drop points at home in third place with 22. Leipzig in fourth with 22. Stuttgart, big draw on the road, up to 22. Frankfurt in 20th. Hoffenheim 20th. Werder Bremen 15th. Köln 14th. Yada, yada, yada. We don't have to go through each of the teams, but poor Heidenheim, 5 points. I do like watching Heidenheim, and I like Mainz too. I'd be sad to see them go, but too bad, so sad. That's relegation football, baby. I love it. I wish we would adopt that over here in the States, but maybe one day. Right, 6-2 the final. I don't really have much else to say other than overall, I think I'm disappointed at the start. I think Vincent Kompany would concur. They need to do better at the start of the match. Who knows why they started out so slow? Credit to Freiburg, right? The game plan coming in was obviously to press Bayern, and it worked. They got their 2-goal lead. I just don't think they should have sat back once they had the 2-goal lead. I think that was just a big mistake. And obviously Bayern Munich, good response after going down 2-0. Thank you everyone for watching. If you are new to this channel, feel free to subscribe. Bottom right hand corner, smash a like on the video if you enjoyed yourself here. Check me out on my socials. @GrandAkeem is the Twitter, @_Akeem is the Instagram, and Tickety Talk if you want to get merch. Join the Discord or make a donation. All links are going to be in the video description. Don't forget, we are sponsored today by Barvita. If you're looking for a snack bar with clean, whole, and real ingredients that you can pronounce, look no further than Barvita. Use that discount code GRANT15, GRANT15 at checkout for 15% off, and you can use that every single time you order bars from Barvita. Right, thank you. I always like to end the videos by saying it is such a crazy world out there, so I'm sending all my love from me to you and to everybody around the world that could use some love right now. Hope we're doing well. Hope we're doing okay. Hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll speak to you soon. Peace out. See you next time. Go Bayern Munich. Let's go. 6-2.